Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrojyoti Healing. In this video, we are going to see the effects of retrograde Saturn on all signs. Welcome back to Sonali Joshi's YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button because you are going to get a lot of interesting and useful information related to astrology for the day-to-day life. Saturn is going retrograde from May 23rd. And when some planet is known to be going retrograde, it means the results that usually people will get from that planet are not sure, uncertain, in a different way. Except Rahu Ketu, most other planets are going in a certain direction. Rahu Ketu are always retrograde. And when Saturn goes retrograde, Saturn is about the karma that you are going to do. Usually, people get paid back related to their karma. And usually, Saturn is considered to be somebody who can inflict a lot of hurdles, obstacles, delays. And when this Saturn goes retrograde, usually some of the things can be done very quickly. It is karma karak planet, and hence it is another opportunity sometimes to pay back our karma. And payback necessary may not be negative. Sometimes somebody is going to return good things to you. And it all depends on individual horoscope. Now let us see what is the signification if you have Saturn retrograde in your natal horoscope. That means when you were born, Saturn was already retrograde. It means you are going to do certain things repeatedly in your life. You are born with some baggage of karma that has to be carried out in this lifetime. Does this mean everything is going to go upside down? No. Saturn goes retrograde about 36% of the time in the year. It means you are not alone in this journey. There are so many people who are born with this placement. Same way, the retrograde time frames of Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, they are also decided. And there are many people who are born with those placements because they are here to carry out certain karma related to that planet. Those of you who have Saturn retrograde, you may notice that you are working on similar kind of projects again and again. In a way, retrograde is equal to repeat. And why repeat? Because we need to learn from our mistakes. We need to do some things in a better way. Those of you who are born with Saturn retrograde have usually one thing in common. Most of the times these people are workaholics. They don't know when to stop. Very rarely I have seen a person who has Saturn retrograde and is very lazy. But we do find those extremes. Either you are a person who is working constantly, or very few would come into the category where they are always shy of hard work, physical work. And you must be thinking, now what do we do? Every time this Saturn goes retrograde, there is one part, certain part that you will have to repeat. And that will be decided depending on the placement of this Saturn in your horoscope and the Rashi it is placed. In the year 2021, Saturn is going retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. That means everything it has to deal with is discipline and high status. Take responsibility, follow discipline, do your hard work and repeat this. It may happen that your father has done something good to others and you may be receiving the returns of it. But You have to continue this chain, so work hard and help someone. On the health basis, I usually see people with either autoimmune diseases or those people who have high levels of stress. In terms of chakra meditation, if you have retrograde Saturn, that means your Anahat chakra is getting blocked. You need to do the meditation related to that. There is no need to be afraid of retrograde Saturn, but always remember you will have to seek balance between lot of work, absolutely no work, or trying to be the perfectionist. Seek this balance. That way you will understand the importance of other things in life. However, the best remedy for retrograde Saturn is making sure that you know when to stop. Anything in excess is not advisable, and hence when this Saturn will go retrograde, you will notice certain things. All the projects that are going very well, they might be suddenly getting obstacles, and the things that were not going further at all, they can suddenly going forward and will be completed. And this is why this retrograde is usually difficult to predict. This time Saturn is retrograde in its own sign, that means it has lot of strength, lot of support. And if in your natal horoscope this Saturn is having good dignity, then you will have less disturbance from this retrograde. Usually it will work in your favor. Now let us see how this is going to work for all signs, starting with Aries. If you have moon in Aries, Mesh Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in your 10th house. That means it is going to affect your work, your workplace, or it will affect your relation with your father. If you have moon in Taurus, Vrishabh Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in your, if you have moon in Taurus, Vrishabh Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in your 9th house. That means you will notice sudden change, some uncertainty, some irregularity in terms of the way mentors deal with you or your views towards religion. If you are doing your higher education, you may suddenly notice if there were some hurdles, they are now going away. But your 9th house of dharma or duty is affected. You could be in confusion about any decision. The best option is let this retrograde happen, let it pass a week or so, and then you take the decision. If you have moon in Gemini, the retrograde is happening in your 8th house. 8th house is about sudden endings, new beginnings. It is about your in-laws, your inheritance, and it is about something that is hidden. The best idea is do not make any changes for the first week when the Saturn goes retrograde, and then you can make the change as you wish. If you have moon in Cancer, Karka Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in your 7th house. You may notice that your spouse is suddenly changing their behavior. You may notice the partnerships that you have are behaving little bit weird. Do not react immediately. Let the first week of Saturn retrograde pass and then you can react on it. If you have moon in Leo, Simha Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in your 6th house. 6th house is about your physical health, your diseases, debts, as well as your day-to-day karma. You may notice the domestic help you have or the servants that work for you or somebody who reports to you can suddenly behave differently than before, or maybe they are not available suddenly. You have to let the first week pass and then act on it. As far as the competition as well as the enemies are concerned, you may notice the unpredictable sort of behavior in that term. If you have moon in Virgo, Kanya Rashi, Saturn is going retrograde in the 5th house. 5th house is about Purva Punya. It is about your education. It is about the romantic relationships that have creativity as well as kids. You may notice that irregular pattern there. However, you just have to wait. Let the first week pass after retrograde and then you can react. If you have moon in Libra, then Saturn is going retrograde in your 4th house. You may notice some sudden changes in the behaviors of family members. Your mother could be changing her choices suddenly. However, let this first week pass, then and then you can take decision about whether you want to buy a new property, sell some vehicle, or how to react on how your family behaves with you. Let the first week of retrograde of Saturn should pass and then you can take any action. If you have moon in Scorpio, Saturn is going retrograde in your 3rd house. You may notice the communication style, the anxiety about driving vehicles is changing now. You are able to take certain decisions suddenly. However, do not react in the first week of retrograde and you can make those changes later. Wherever Saturn goes retrograde, remember there is karma related to that house. And hence, be careful, be aware about helping some teammate, helping somebody with their driving, or you can work on your communications, help someone, talk to somebody and help them. If you have moon in Sagittarius, Saturn is going retrograde in your 2nd house. 2nd house is about the food that you eat. It is about earning. It is about your family values. It is also about all the value system that you have. When Saturn goes retrograde there, it means you have karma towards your family, towards earning, towards supporting the elders in your family. It is a good idea to take up that karma. Do not make any abrupt changes. Go slow, but always remember. If you have moon in Capricorn, Makar Rashi, your Rashi Lord Saturn is going retrograde, it means it is giving you an opportunity to carry out certain karma. Most likely, this will bring you to the high status. Very likely, you will take some social responsibility. However, do not make any change abruptly. Let the first week after Saturn goes retrograde get over and then you can take that decision. If you have moon in Aquarius, Kumbha Rashi, your Rashi Lord Saturn is going retrograde in your 12th house. That means you have certain karma related to spirituality, donations, international positions, import export, or simple thing as your daily sleep routine, meditation, yoga, just privacy of your home. Do not make any changes to that. Let the first week after retrograde pass and then you can take up some activity or whatever you are doing, you can carry it forward. 12th house is also about your ancestors. So remember blessings of your ancestors and show your gratitude towards them. If you have moon in Pisces, then Saturn is going retrograde in your 11th house. 11th house of profits, desires, economic circles, network circles, all friends. You will get an opportunity to help someone through your network circles. Take that opportunity. However, do not make any abrupt changes related to your 11th house in the first week of retrograde. And same should be followed when Saturn October. Hope this video helps to understand how you can deal with the Saturn retrograde. You are not the only one. There are other people with you in this journey who have retrograde planets in their horoscope. It means there is some karma that you have to do in this lifetime. Always try to seek balance between the work that you do and the way you help others. The work shouldn't be self-centered all the time. Hope this video helps you deal with the retrograde of Saturn. Also watch the videos about retrograde Jupiter, retrograde Mercury and retrograde Mars whenever they are published. I'm going to share the link in the description as they get published. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Namaste. Thank you. Shubhamastu.